Wonderful good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Commodity TV here, PDAC 2025 time in Toronto. And we have now been here the last 1.5, 2 hours with MAG Silver, the fantastic silver producer out of Mexico. And George Paspalas, the CEO, who gave a fantastic speech together with his colleagues from the exploration team, is now here with me to give us an update. George, good to see you. Thank you very much.
Good to see you again, Jock, and thank you for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to. We join you every year. Yeah. And I'm a happy shareholder. Well, not with the share price, but what you guys are doing is really outstanding. Yeah. And I must say, I was also very impressed about your two colleagues who were talking about Deer Trail and Larder with the exploration potential. We come to that later. 24th March is your presentation of the results. I look really forward to that. Of course, you cannot say something by now, that's for sure. But I saw your smile, so it shouldn't be too bad.
I'm always smiling, right?
Yeah. So the most important thing is 2024, my feeling is it was a fantastic year for you guys. I saw in your presentation also you had a much higher head grade than you thought you would have. I think the money making is also running extremely well. You have a lot of cash, so maybe you want to comment shortly on that.
Sure. We started the year 2024 with a grade guidance of 380 to 420 grams per ton of silver. Come the middle of the year, the end of the second quarter, we realized we were overshooting that. The first thing people would say, they're high grading the mine. No, we're not. We're actually, with Fresnillo together, we are very diligent about adhering to the mine plan. What's happening, though, is that the main vein, the Valdecanes vein, the grade is overperforming in certain areas.
Which is nice.
And I think it's a reflection of the original drill holes. In some of the high-grade areas, we got silly numbers like 20,000 grams per ton of silver. When you do your geological modelling, you do what's called a top cut, and you cut those high-grade silvers down. So that gives you your model, that gives you your prediction of the grade. But when you bring the machines in to mine it, they're mining 20,000 grams per ton silver. And so that's why I think that we have that overperformance, which is good. We increased the guidance from that 380 to 420 to 420 to 460, and then we delivered 468. So look, we're very happy with that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful problem to have.
Look, it's a wonderful deposit.
Exactly. Absolutely. And what I saw also that was really interesting to me, because I'm doing this here many, many years now that I come to it, that we film your presentation. And it was always like Juanicipio, Valdecanas, we have only 5% explored. Now I saw 10%.
Yeah.
I think that was for the first time. So
correct.
How was now that double for you? Are you still the same way happy as you have been the last 10 years or 15 years with that?
Look, it's really good to see that you're paying attention over all those years of coming. And
despite I was shortly sleeping, but that's okay.
Essentially, we've been at 5% of the property explored for a number of years. Yeah. And then last year, 2024, was the first. Well, actually, I think it might have started in 23. But let's say 2024, we started to drill a new greenfields target. And it's only 1.5 kilometres away from Valdecanes, but it's separate to that 5% area. And so with those holes, it actually calculates up to 8%, but we thought, look, we're going to keep drilling here. Let's call it 10. There's still 90% of the property unexplored, right? Yeah. So,
and given the success you had so far, I mean, this is outstanding. So we will still have decades of feeling good.
Your grandkids can come and work at this mine, Jochen.
Exactly.
It's fantastic.
Well, my grandson will anyhow get the shares when I'm dead. But so from that side, it's good. What I also saw and found interesting in your presentation, you had sustaining capital estimated much, much higher than you finally used. What was the reason for that? Does it mean that the mine is in much better shape than you thought?
Well, the mine is in good shape. And the underground mining rate is increasing, which, incrementally we'll see maybe a little more capital now, just a little more through the next few years, but that may give us a lot of tons. So that's capital well spent. The main reason, though, is we had 2 capital projects that we wanted to start last year. The first one is building the second tailing cell. And we were waiting for permits for a considerable amount of time from the administration in Mexico. We finally got those, but it meant when we started construction, we didn't have enough of the year to spend the money. So that flows over into this year.
Okay.
And the same thing, our other major project for the mine now is putting a conveyor belt underground from the crusher up to the mill, or the stockpile in front of the mill. And we envisaged spending more money on that last year than what we were going to do, because by the time we did the quotes, etc., it sort of missed the year a bit. So that comes this year. Okay. Now that's the reason why we're really pushing that project, though. It has the potential to take $7-8 a tonne off our mining costs, because rather than cart the material up the surface and across, you crush it, put it on the conveyor belt, and bang, it's at the mill. So significant cost savings. Absolutely. So that's $30 million we're going to spend over the next 18 months, comfortably covered out of cash flows. And that'll, a forward-looking statement to you would be that you'll probably find, because of those two capital projects in 2025, we may have slightly elevated AISIN compared to last year, but it'll still be one of the lowest in the business.
Okay, super. 2025, I think those are the things you want to do at Juanicipio. That's for sure. That looks all good. Coming to the Deer Trail project, what is up there for 2025? What are the most significant things you want to do there?
Okay, well, with Deer Trail, with both properties, we're having a little think tank now. Right? We've got
those are Larder and Deer Trail.
Yeah, Larder and Deer Trail. We're stopping the diamond drilling, processing all the data that we've learnt from last year's program and the previous years that we've done drilling, particularly at Deer Trail. We're doing a little trial at the moment to reduce our drilling costs at Deer Trail. Like Deer Trail, the drilling there is quite expensive. And so we're conscious of how much we spend on exploration, and we're doing some trialling of reverse circulation drilling in the top, say, 300 metres of the hole. Before we put the diamond tails on. And that could reduce our drilling costs by 20-25%. Following, say, the next month, we'll come in with a budgeting process for the rest of the year. And I'd say, it's likely that we'll probably spend somewhere around $8 million, probably at both properties, Larder and Deer Trail, during the course of 2025. Deer Trail remains a very large, structurally complex. There's lots of evidence of massive fluid flows. When we hit a Deer Trail, I think it's going to be a sizable deposit, possibly too big for MAG to develop, something that we've always thought we'd partner up on.
Yeah, why not?
And one of the initiatives we're looking at, like again, being conscious of cost, is the potential to, maybe bring that partnering forward, give up a little bit of the upside, but share the risk, the cost risk of exploration with a partner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Larder's different. Larder is like drilling good German cheese, very soft, right? The drill bits just generate massive amounts of data. And you saw in the presentation today, just, 2 discoveries, but so many high potential targets generated. So we want to just take some time to, with outside technical help as well as our own technical expertise, where's the next places to go to give you the highest chance of success of more discoveries. So look, I think 2025 is going to be a great year for MAG, but I think in particular it could be very interesting years for those two exploration projects.
Okay, super. I'm irritated about the German cheese because Swiss is better, but that's fine for me. So both projects, if I get you right, it could happen, or it will happen probably, that they are too big for you. You could easily think about saying, okay, why not with Agnico, I don't know, the new Equinox Gold, something like that, to partner there, but still have then like 3 mines in production?
Well, I think partnering in particular is very applicable at Deer Trail because of the size of it. And, we're looking for the high-grade silver mantos, but there's porphyry coppers there. And we view that as being a very good geological tool for us to understand, but we'd probably create value there and then offload that to a major. We wouldn't do that. Right? At Larder, it's a little different. Larder is surrounded by deployed capital in terms of processing facilities, right? If you see on the presentation, the cover slide shows the Trans-Canada Highway running right past the Larder head frame.
Mm-hmm.
The rollway runs past it.
Mm-hmm.
Within 70 kilometres, there's 24 either underutilised or mothballed on care and maintenance processing plants.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's something that if we have a discovery that we could rapidly permit, because you would probably only be permitting a shaft.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to permit a tailings dam process facility, and it could actually fast track you to cash flow. So that's something we would either outsource that shaft of mining or something we could do ourselves if we choose to. So we've been very successful with our partnership with Fresnel at Juanicipio. So we're confident that in either of those exploration cases with success, we're confident of our ability to run good relationships and good partnerships as well. And that, it just offsets any major capital outlay.
Okay, super. Would you say with those two projects that your focus is more maybe shifting a bit to, let's say, gold and base metals, or do you think still the main focus is silver? Because by now you are 75% silver. You're one of the last real silver producers, I would call it. Normally we say above 50% you are a silver producer.
Yeah.
And there are not that many out.
The focus remains silver. Okay. And that's why our priority exploration targets that we want to drill is on the Juanicipio property. The geological prospectivity there is very high. B, what you find there we know is going to be rich in silver. C, we have infrastructure.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
all there.
Just drill that thing, right? And so Fresnel are aligned with us on that. And so I think for the first time in a little while, we're going to see some real grassroots exploration on the joint venture ground, targeting another upwelling zone, which may even wreck the 90%. Yeah. But I don't care. If we get another upwelling zone, that's, again, a forward-looking statement, but that's a share price double.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? We have $1 billion in this asset, find another billion asset, right?
Yeah,
so
that's a simple mathematics.
So that keeps your silver percentage way up. So if you find some high-grade gold at Larder, well, you have high-grade gold at Deer Trail, you saw from that presentation, it enables you to bring in a little bit of high value that's not silver, but doesn't take away your silver premium, let's say.
Definitely.
It gives you a lot of flexibility.
Yeah. I have one real other question on not on the market itself, but on the supply of silver on, let's say, the next 5 years. How do you see that as one of the top producers in the world? We are now in the 7th year of the deficit, and I anticipate again a deficit of probably plus 250 million ounces. Yep. How do you think this gap could be filled, or will it be not filled? What might happen? Do you have mines in your mind where you say, okay, they are large enough that might help? But what is your view?
I think it's very difficult to see any scenario where that deficit will be filled from mine production. I think.
Does it fall from the sky, or do we find it in the cellar somewhere?
This is the point. There might be some in cellars, and we've seen known inventories of silver halve. So over the course of the last few years of that deficit, there's been inventories filling the gap, but you're not adding to the inventories.
That's the point.
And so at some point in time, the cupboard's bare. It takes so long to get a permit to build a mine in most jurisdictions now. I don't see any new silver mines of significance on the horizon. I don't see any major base metal mines that carry silver credits on the horizon. It's a very good time to be a silver producer.
Absolutely. That's why I'm a silver shareholder.
Yeah.
No, I found it really interesting because you had that time error. 2003, we're like with the start, and 2024, like with the commercial production. I said to my team partner, Mark, who was sitting next to me, I said, look, that's 21 years for such a large mine.
Yeah, that's right.
That's amazing. So even when we start now with something good, it will take at least 15 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unless it's something like Larder, where you don't have the full mine. And you have exploration success, you develop a resource, you do a feasibility study, you're only extracting. That
then it goes faster.
That could be more like an 8-year time frame.
Yeah. But still, it does not help the deficit.
No. And that's gold anyway. But
exactly, yeah.
No, that's the issue. And then, I know a question you're dying to ask me is Mexico is one of the most silver-rich countries in the world. It's been very difficult to get exploration permits in that country. And, there's an embedded timeline for success from when you start exploration, discovery, and then to the mine. There's not a lot of that first bit going on because exploration permits aren't coming. So we're hoping with the new administration, there seems to be some indication that things are going to improve, which would be great because he's the most silver-endowed country in the world. And it's not easy to get exploration permits.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so let's hope for the best. Well, George, thank you very much. We look forward to the 24th March.
Yes.
And, I hope that we are all sitting there with a very big smile, open a good bottle of red wine. Well, results.
Yeah. Well, I think the results will be good and something that we're excited about. We've been working on it for almost a year now. With those results will come our capital allocation framework. And I think a lot of shareholders probably sit looking at MAG and going, what are they going to do with all the money? So, we're going to tell you what we're going to do with the money come the 24th as well. So hope good results, yes. I mean, we've released the production so people can see that the production's in line with previous quarters.
Well, I can do my math also,
So you know where it's going, right?
Exactly.
And so it's going to be an exciting next stage in the development of MAG when we come out with our, what are you going to do with all the money?
Super.
Yeah.
We will see what comes out there.
Wonderful.
George, thank you very much. A great PDAC for you.
Yeah.
And all the best.
Thanks, Joachim.
We talk soon.
All the best. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was George Paspalas, the CEO of MAG Silver. And you heard it, 24th May, really make a red mark in your calendar when you are a shareholder, because I think there will come some really good results out. The silver prices are high, $31, $32 easily. And as you saw, the production costs are so low. This is really unbelievable. And the company is doing a fantastic job also with Larder, with Deer Trail in the exploration. So things are really progressing. And as George said, we show you then what we're going to do with the money. So I look forward to that. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye from Toronto, PDAC 2025.